everybody, and welcome to the very first ever Witchies Awards celebration. I'm your host, Champ Sissy, and tonight I am joined by my partner in crime, Saint Astra. Saint, how are you doing?
Regular season's almost over. I'm still a little sad, but so excited for playoffs.
Yes, well, tonight we gather to celebrate the end of the regular season, as well as the greatest game on earth, hockey.
Our favorite sport has grown adults sprinting around frozen water on razor-sharp knives, willingly blocking 90-mile-per-hour slap shots, and casually losing teeth like it's part of the uniform. So this season gave us everything from highlight reel goals, ridiculous saves, and overtime heartbreak. We saw players defy physics, goalies defy logic, and referees do their best.
Yeah, something like that. Tonight we are
their
honoring
best.
Their best, yes. Tonight we are honoring some of our favorite aspects of what makes the game that we love so much great. We have a wide variety of categories voted on by the Witchies Academy to make this show the best there's ever been. So, grab your sticks, keep your gloves on, or don't, we won't judge, and get ready for a night of celebration, questionable jokes, and top-tier hockey chaos.
This year's Witchies categories are Most Questionable Pregame Suit Choice, Best Blooper of the Season, Best Chirp Caught on a Hot Mic, Best Fight, Most Memeable Moment, Favorite Rare Occurrence, Wildest Trade, Top Hockey Images that Precede Unfortunate Events, Worst New Jersey, Most Emotional Moment, Most Surprising Team, and Game of the Year.
Very nice. In hockey, the game starts long before the players step foot on the ice, and this year there's been an interesting change to those pregame walk-ups. Before this season, the NHL was the only major league in North America to continue to have a dress code for its players.
These new changes to the guidelines, stating players need only dress in a manner consistent with contemporary fashion norms, whatever the fuck that means, gives players known for their style a chance to experiment. However, some of these outfits should have stayed in the past.
From wild patterns to questionable choices that make you wonder if the player lost a bet, these fashion icons took risks that left us all a little confused. Here are your nominees for Most Questionable Pregame Suit Choice.
The Boston Bruins for the 2026 Stadium Series. New York Rangers celebrating Mika Zibanejad's 1,000th game. Killer glasses for Andrei Vasilevsky. Drawstring suits for the Edmonton Oilers.
And the winner is the Boston Bruins for their Stadium Series entrance.
Yes, very nice.
Very nice.
When that first came out, I think that was like one of my favorite aspects of the Stadium Series. I think that everything that was happening in the actual Stadium Series really enhanced it, but that really sold the show for me.
I think, because this was almost cheating because the Stadium Series and these always have, or the Winter Classics per se, but the Stadium Series usually always has a theme, like the Oilers would dress in oil rig outfits or something like that. But because I feel that they did change the rules, this wins.
Yes.
Just because it's so funny. It's so funny and well done. They picked
very well done.
It wasn't like they all went and got the same costume.
Yeah,
they got different costumes.
They budgeted.
Yeah, they did. They had a plan for this.
My thought is, and I think that it would have been the best Stadium Series of all time if the Tampa Bay Lightning had gone as Pirates.
I know, missed opportunity.
You failed as Tampa Bay. So
because they leaned into the theming so hard on that Stadium Series, they really, really should have committed all the way Boston did.
I don't think that they probably didn't talk about what they were going to do for the walk-up.
Yeah,
which is a shame.
Again, missed opportunity from the league of being hey, this is a big deal. How can we
lean into it?
How can we make how can we commit to the bit? If you need help committing to the bit, just call the Witchies, because we commit to the bit.
Really. I mean, look at us now. For all of its shows of utter skills, hockey is, in itself, absolute chaos. This season gave us moments that defied expectation, be it missed pucks, broken sticks, accidental own goals, and moments that will live forever in blooper history.
This award is a chance to celebrate the slips, the fails, and how did that even happen moments. Here are your nominees for Best Blooper of the Season.
Joel Hofer going missing before a goalie change.
Jim Montgomery said, hey, we're going to make a goalie change here. But they couldn't find Joel Hofer. Binnington didn't come out of the net. And then during that last commercial break, we were trying to locate Joel Hofer, and I think we found him. Look very close. Oh, there he is.
Macklin Celebrini and Tyler Toffoli flinching at the Columbus Blue Jackets cannon.
71-year-old Rick Bowness is the head coach of the...
Brady Kachuk getting bitch slapped by Yoni Gord. An epitome of the Toronto Maple Leafs 2026 season in one play.
I mean, if this isn't a microcosm of the Toronto Maple Leafs season, I don't know what is. That's
And the winner is Joel Hofer going missing before Jim Montgomery could make a goalie change. Yay.
Yeah, that one was one of my favorites of the entire season. It's iconic.
It's memeable. It's got a story to it.
Yep.
There's multiple elements that really impact your viewing of it. Like,
yes.
Out of context, hysterical. With all of the other context, even funnier.
Immaculate. Absolutely. Yes.
10 out of 10, no notes.
I think it was also one of the late night games. I don't remember who they were playing.
It wasn't because we talked about it and it was like a random late night thing where we were like, what the fuck? What?
Because we woke up
did you
to it.
see
We're
that?
like, what happened? So
did you see that?
Just what an incredible blooper this season. There were several good ones, but that one takes home the cake.
Yeah, that was a good one. This season, the Hot Mics picked up some absolute gems, chirps that were clever, ruthless, and occasionally way too honest. Some of these made me laugh so hard, and others made me think, did they just say that out loud?
Nothing like a perfectly timed insult to remind you that some of these players can be comedians, too. Tonight, we celebrate the chirps that hit harder than a clean check.
Here are your nominees for Best Chirp Caught on a Hot Mic.
An unfortunate hot microphone from the Philadelphia Flyers radio announcers.
While you're down there, would you mind blowing me?
I think we're still on the air, Tim. No, we're not, are we?
The loud F-bomb in a silent Nashville Predators arena.
Mascuze? A little bit accurate.
Eric Colson yelling at the refs.
Here's Kashiel, shoots, he scores! When you heard what Eric Carlson was saying, I mean, he has a case, Borky. Yeah, Eric Carlson. You hardly ever see Eric Carlson this animated and this hot.
Nathan Markinnon dropping loud F-bombs.
Made a nice pivot move to deny. Corner. McKinnon. Down the wing. McKinnon got through with that puck on the wing. Stuffed by Beckler to the far side.
A referee scolding Kiefer Sherwood.
And the winner is the icing call during the Predators versus Mammoth game. Very nice, very nice.
It was
that one.
Like, originally I was like, no, EK losing his shit at the ref was so funny. And then I clicked the link because I forgot about it. And I was like, oh no, it's that one. That one wins. It's so fucking funny.
The fact that it happened in an ice storm. So half of the arena was empty. So because
I think that's why you could pick up, because hot mics were really hot this year.
They were.
Like, I feel like there was a lot more hot mic moments than usual. Just during regular broadcast, I don't know what it was, but that one, like you said, in particular, it was like, there's nobody here, so like all of the sound is clear as a bell.
And again, that was Mikhail Sergachev, so he raised up in my books. One thing that I will note is that the Academy made a comment earlier and said that the comment that Mr. Sergachev made, they felt it in their soul. So, and honestly, I cannot agree more. So, fantastic.
Yeah, that's a real one. Sometimes in hockey, words just don't cut it. That's when the gloves get thrown and the announcers switch from full-time NHL analysts to ringside play-by-play reporters.
those are some of my favorite moments. There were several tilts this season that you could just feel the tension, even if you were watching from your couch. Some of these fights were so good, I almost forgot that they had to finish out the period.
Let's take a look at the battles that had fans on their feet, referees sweating, and highlight reels popping. Here are your nominees for Best Fight.
Tanner Genet's beat down of a Florida Panther. Bob and Ned's goalie fight.
He's got the gloves off, and he's going after Nedeljkovic. We've got a goalie fight. It's Nedeljkovic and Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky doesn't take us. Wow.
Battle of Florida and the chaos that followed.
Here comes the nonsense. This is all on Kachuk here.
Kachuk and Hagel.
This has been before, and Hagel's got the jump on him, and he's feeding him pretty good. Here comes Kachuk back.
Forsling and Moser. They're throwing punches as well, but the gloves stay on.
Boat A is Hagel and Kachuk.
And now Forsling and Moser, and now it's officially a fight.
Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Buffalo Sabres line brawls.
Man-headed strip. The Sabres are in first place in the Atlantic Division with the win. 8-7 the final. And yet one more melee.
And the winner is the Battle of Florida beatdown.
Yes, that one will live in infamy with everyone in the box.
Everyone in the box.
Thunderbug trying to give Jake Gensel a chair.
That was so fucking
Matthew
funny.
Tkachuk throwing hands. I mean, and it was right before Olympic break.
Yeah, I think that was what really, because I loved the Tampa Bay versus Buffalo. I thought that was like our closest contender to it.
Yes, I agree.
But I think it's just something about the Battle of Florida. Any battle, I think, automatically gets a couple extra. It gets bonus points because it is like that deep-seated rivalry.
Right. Yeah, it was one of those moments where I legitimately, I think we were watching it because there was neither of our teams were on either.
Yeah, and it was one of those where like the penalty minutes were just like longer than the game logs.
All season. They've had that all season.
Yeah, it was bad because they had them meet in preseason, so it started since preseason, but like
with resentment from last year.
It's forever, but like the fact that they saw each other so many times this year, and then for that to be like the big fucking thing right before Olympic break was crazy good.
What a good game.
Yeah.
Throughout the NHL regular season, we expect to see some rare occurrences, including plays that might not have happened throughout the regular season for nearly a decade.
While there are several potential topics for this category, we would be remiss to include them in an unfair race. The vote was unanimous on all accounts. The winner of this year's Rare Occurrence Award is the first goalie fight in 10 years.
And Nedeljkovic is in there. Where's Nedeljkovic in there?
And here comes Bobrovsky all the way down the ice. And Bobrovsky's got the gloves off, and he's going after Nedeljkovic. We've got a goalie fight. It's Nedeljkovic and Bobrovsky.
Bobrovsky doesn't take us. Wow.
And Nedeljkovic ends up taking down Bobrovsky with the tackle.
We had to.
Yes,
like,
we
we've
had
had
to.
some good rare occurrences this year. Like, we did have actual rare occurrences. But, like, the fact we got a goalie fight for the first time in a decade was incredible.
Unleashed a dam, apparently.
Yeah, apparently they were just like, oh, yeah, this is really entertaining and good for hockey. Sorry, Marc-Andre Fleury, we did wait until you retired to do it.
I will also say there was a vocal stim that came out of this of, why is Nedeljkovic there? And that has not left my head in the entirety of the season. It lives there rent-free. And there's nothing like the announcers realizing, oh, this is going to devolve really fast.
And when an announcer is, like, genuinely confused in a way that they can't cover up is so funny to me. Good. Like, best moments.
I also would like to point out that the Sharks bench was literally jumping up and down. They embodied exactly how I felt for that exact fight. I never thought Bob had it in him.
No, but you know what made it even better is that Alex Nedeljkovic therefore got the first ever
Gordie Howe
yep. Goalie hat trick. Like he's had the goal and the assist with the Pens.
Yep.
And at the NHL level, like I don't know about in minor leagues and stuff like that, but just absolutely crazy. I miss Ned.
One of the best parts about hockey is how whimsical it can be it for the fans or the players on the ice. It's also the perfect sport to be memed to the stars and back. Here are the moments the internet couldn't stop screenshotting, sharing, and quoting in group chats at 2 a.m. The nominees for most memed moments.
Craig Berube's panic meter scar. Nathan MacKinnon's open net fail at the 2026 Olympics. The Colorado Avalanche recreating the Coldplay scandal. A beer chug out of a prosthetic leg. William Nylander giving the camera a middle finger.
And the winner is Nathan MacKinnon failing to score in the gold medal game of the Olympics against the United States.
Unfortunate for anyone of Team Canada's fans.
It's really painful.
It's very painful.
As someone who wanted Canada to win and who like literally just felt their soul leave their body. However, if it had to be anyone on Team Canada, for me personally, it being Nate Mac is very funny. Because I'm not a Nate Mac fan.
Yes.
And it is excellent meme potential because it's good for hockey, like Twitter.
Yes.
And hockey memes. But it also, I think, translates well because it's so obviously a wide open net that he has missed that any other meme could use it.
Yes.
Like, it's going to transcend, and I think has transcended.
It definitely broke containment.
Yeah, I've seen it in, like, people who are in other parts of Twitter or, like, other parts of social media. Using it for other for other topics, but using that picture, and they're obviously hockey fans, but then it gets like thousands of retweets.
Yeah,
it's
heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. We'll never forget it.
A little bit of joy after that fucking debacle. All right, everyone, it's time to brace yourselves. This next category is equal parts hilarious and terrifying. Hilarious when it's not your team, and terrifying when it is.
Thanks to Twitter user Unfortunate Hockey, otherwise known as hockey images that precede unfortunate events, we have a concise list of moments where everything that could go wrong did, no matter how well the game seemed to be going. It lets us relive all of the chaos every single time.
Be it epic celebrations right before a loss to preseason predictions, these moments are foreshadowing gold. Here are your nominees for top hockey images that precede unfortunate events.
Boston Bruins decimate the New York Rangers.
Coached the German Olympic team to a silver medal in 2018. Tip score! That's Kuznetsov again. His fourth on the drive from Yoki Harju, and the Bruins have put up 10.
Florida Panthers give up 6 goals in 20 minutes.
Paul has been just I think a priceless find in Carolina.
In goal that night, now Robinson wants to join the party, and he does! It's 9-1!
Pittsburgh Penguins complete fall apart to the San Jose Sharks.
Quick up pass for Klingberg. Could have been a 2-on-1 if they connected cleanly. Celebrini's back on. What a play by Klingberg! Over to Celebrini! A score! One of the most amazing comebacks in franchise history!
Pittsburgh Penguins lost to the Anaheim Ducks.
The Ducks have seemingly tied this game with his right glove, scrambling to get back. And yes, this is a goal. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
And the winner is the Pittsburgh Penguins lost to the Anaheim Ducks with a massive comeback.
We had probably the most nominees.
We did.
Because of our December debacles.
The December debacles is a great way to put it.
But man, it was literally a fight between, do you pick the Sharks one or do you pick the Ducks one? The Ducks one, it was, we had a power play, Anaheim had an empty net, and there was 2 seconds left. I can still vividly remember sitting there with such an amalgamation of negative emotions that I can't even really describe it. It was like disappointment, but not shock, but also dread, and also just like I felt like I was in a waking nightmare.
Yeah.
And then it was like delusion of maybe they can overturn it. No, it was a fucking own goal. So there was like layers to this stupidity.
And it doesn't help that with the December debacle, you had lost to Utah with a comeback. And then that same weekend lost to the Sharks with an even bigger comeback.
Yeah, this was like the December dumps was like, we lost our minds. We had, because of that, for that half of the season, we were
people were betting on you.
We were the only team to lose games after starting the third with a 3-goal lead.
Yes.
Like, no one in the NHL was doing that. We built diff. I think in the long run it ended up not helping us, but like they did kind of lack the fucking... It gave them the mindset of, oh shit, we cannot relax, because that's what was happening, is they were relaxing.
Which they did also, with Sullivan's crew as well.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that was notorious that we were making memes about the Penguins in the third period for years. But like, it was just egregious for the first half of the year. 2026 hit, and we got out of it. Now we're a third period team, but like, oh my god, that I think is undisputable the worst one.
Yeah.
It's time for us to give our opinions, which is something we definitely know how to do. This time we're judging some on-ice fashion choices when it comes to the new jerseys throughout the league.
And don't worry, Devils fans, this isn't a chance to roast you, even though you might have been the worst New Jersey out there. Some of the designs just had us scratching our heads, be it the logos or the color combos that had us screaming, what were they thinking?
Here are the nominees for Worst New Jersey.
Olympic jerseys for Team Canada. Highlighter yellow jerseys for Boston Bruins Stadium Series. Florida Panthers retro jerseys for the Winter Classic.
And the winner is Team Canada Olympic jerseys. Yeah. Here's the thing. The stripes didn't go all the way around. And that I feel like no matter how bad the other ones were, that was so egregious, antithetical to the complete style of a hockey sweater that we were just so annoyed about it. Even if it's like, they don't even look that bad from the front, but like, that just was so bad that it ruined them for me in a way that the other jerseys didn't.
The problem that I had with it was adding black. Like, I was like, this is not it, Chief. You can do so much more.
I think the other thing is the Team Canada jerseys for the Olympics came on the heels of
the
Canada jerseys for Four Nations, which were, I think, undisputably one of the best Canada jerseys of all time.
Yes.
Like, they were, even if you don't include the like heat press stamping in them, it's still just the clean lines, the cream with the shade of red being so clean. Honestly, like, I'll never...
Every single day I regret not getting that jersey.
Yep. It was so expensive, but it would have been so worth it. Like, so fucking worth it.
This next award is sure to hit you right in the feels. We're talking about the moments that made us laugh, cry, and maybe even root for a team that was not our own, even if it was just for a little while.
From heartfelt retirements to comeback victories to moments of celebrations for players who have moved on, these are the plays that remind us why we love hockey. Get ready to recall the highs, the tears, and the triumphs.
Here are your nominees for Most Emotional Moment.
Brad Marchand's return to Boston.
It's building someday a beloved player here in Boston. Man, that's great stuff. It really is.
Sidney Crosby watching 2016 celebration video. Rasmus Dahlin's fiancée returns after heart surgery.
Welcome home to Carolina Matovak, the fiancée of our captain, Rasmus Dahlin. She is back with us, attending her first game of the season. The Sabre loves you, Carolina.
One last win for Marc-Andre Fleury.
And the winner is Brad Marchand's return to Boston.
I think everyone... It broke containment.
Yeah.
Like, that one, like, broke containment that people outside of hockey were talking about it because his emotions were so strong.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, how do you not feel? It was so strong that they could only do it once.
Yeah.
You know? Like, there was, like, we can't do this again because everyone's just going to keep crying.
Yeah.
Like...
From the way that he left Boston last year and how utterly gut-wrenched we were for him. Like, delighted that he won a cup, hate that it was with the Panthers, but the only good part of that team is Brad Marchand. Mm-hmm. So for him to be so celebrated and so loved when he came back to Boston for the first time was truly inspirational. And I'm so glad that he showed his emotions, like legitimately showed his emotions.
Yeah, like he was not trying to be like all stoic about it because I think there was definitely that, I don't want to say fear, but a little bit that like either the fans, and I didn't doubt the fans per se, but like I was just a little worried with how it had been handled. Like how was this gonna go? So the fact that they gave him like a proper tribute, I think hit him harder than he expected because that was his whole life. Like that's his whole life. Like how do you not?
And how he left was not on his own accord.
Yeah, no, and he would have been there. I think to the end. I'm glad he's happy with the Panthers just because I'm glad he's happy. Yeah. But like, damn, he really should have been just stayed there. Just stayed there.
It does make me wonder if he pulls a Fleury and retires as a Bruin. I can see it happening.
Yeah, I would not be shocked.
This time last year, you could not have. I would not have said no.
Yeah, well, and our hope was last year that, like, he was not going to extend with the Panthers, that he was going to go then re-sign with the Bruins for, like, one more year, or something like that, which is, I mean, his terms, we've talked about it before, on the Panthers are really long, and so I don't know how that works is, like, can he retire and then retire just to go recent, you know what I mean, like, because his terms are so long, so we'll see how that goes. But I agree, I wouldn't be surprised if he did like getting to retire as a Bruin,
because his jersey will be hanging in the rafters. That's undisputable.
I think so. Like, he's just so
loved.
He really exemplified what it meant to be a Boston Bruin in the way that Bostonians appreciate, like, fucking gutter dog going for it. This next one is pure chaos on paper. It's those trades that had everyone double checking their phones and maybe even making calls to check on friends and family who loved certain teams.
These trades shook the standings, the fans, and the analysts' confidence, whether they were big names moving, unexpected swaps, or drama-filled choices that set some teams down a path that they did not predict. Here are your nominees for wildest trade.
The goalie trade of Tristan Jarry and Stuart Skinner. Vancouver Canucks trade their captain Quinn Hughes. Artemi Panarin traded for a box of scraps. Nazem Kadri goes back to the Avalanche.
And the winner is the Quinn Hughes trade.
This one was highly contested.
Highly contested. I thought it would have been, in my opinion, and it is biased as a Pens fan,
right?
But the Jarry Skinner trade, I feel like was talked about more, and in retrospect, still shocking.
Yes.
Whereas the Quinn Hughes trade, in retrospect, was not shocking.
Right.
Once you found out the details, you were like, oh yeah, of fucking course he's left. Like, he was gone.
Yeah.
Gone so. But yeah, I can see how, like, overall, moment of, you just went, what?
Yeah. Because there was so much assumption that he would be going to the Devils. I think the other candidate was the Red Wings, which...
Yeah, it was... I would say that the trade itself wasn't as shocking, but where he ended up was, because nobody thought that they were going to have the money.
Cap space.
Yeah.
Or
like,
the interest? Like, I didn't see... Yeah. They weren't even in the shakeup. That was the craziest day, though. That was the same day as the Jarry Skinner trade. So
yeah, and I think that's why maybe I'm, like, conflating them a little bit in terms of, like, that it was, which is crazier. I think... Of the ones that get, maybe it's just, again, because we're Oilers and Pens fans, but the Jarry and Skinner trade, because it's a goalie trade, 1-for-1, I feel like gets more talked about because it is a 1-for-1.
Right.
And so you have a direct comparison, whereas the Quinn Hughes trades, it's not like they traded for another star player.
Right.
They traded for a bunch of potential.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, in the moment, it was shocking because I know that we were all pretty convinced that he was going to, well, actually, because they had announced they were going through a rebuild.
Yes.
We were like, does he stay? Does he not? But it was shocking that it
was
happened
not
when
like
it
as
did.
whispered about as the Jari Skinner trade. And so when it came out, it was like, oh shit, they've gone that far and done it.
It was also more that it wasn't later. Like, I expected it to be
maybe at trade deadline.
Yeah, because was that before or after Olympic break?
It was right before winter break.
Right after.
It was
right
middle of very middle of December.
Because that's what shocked me more about it was like, if to me the Canucks could have maybe waited and gotten more for him.
Yeah.
Or were they worried about the rosters or something? I don't really know.
Something's wrong in Denmark.
Yeah, something's wrong in the state of Denmark. I was just shocked that it wasn't closer to the trade deadline because then I felt like it would have been like teams who had injuries after the Olympics would have been, oh, we've got cap space, let's grab him. Oh, we've got this, let's grab him.
Right.
Like, you know, but I understand why they were like, we got to get this dude the fuck out of here. He don't want to be here. Bye, bye, bitch.
Just wild. Well, as we inch closer to the end of our show, it's time to talk about a team that nobody saw coming this season. The squad that showed up, shocked everyone, and made us all question our preseason predictions. The winner of this award scored when it mattered, defended like maniacs, and basically had everyone around the league asking, wait, they're actually good?
It's time to raise a glass, cheer a little louder, and give credit where it's overdue. Here are your nominees for most surprising team.
Buffalo Sabres, New York Rangers, Pittsburgh Penguins, Anaheim Ducks, Toronto Maple Leafs.
And the winner is the Buffalo Sabres.
So this was another one that was highly talked about because there are so many around the league that are having either good or bad seasons. Anaheim is on that list. We also had
potentially making playoffs after the first time in 8 years, which isn't as impressive as the Sabres, but still like impressive nonetheless. And the Utah Mammoth, they were doing good last season, but they're still technically a brand new franchise.
Correct.
Like, yeah, they were basically just the Arizona Coyotes copy and pasted,
right.
But it was still like, oh, like there could have been organizational fails at a new level like that.
Yeah.
And then obviously my Pittsburgh Penguins. Here's why I had voted obviously for the Pens, even though I think the Sabres had a more impressive come
launch. Out of nowhere. Surprise.
Yeah, it's that even though we had Sid and Gino and Ekan Tanger, most of the discussion was they're a lottery team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, are you going to trade Sid? Are you going to trade Gino? We're a lottery team. We had like we had single-digit percentage chance at the start of the season. And I think that we had the most stacked against us in terms of like everyone said we weren't making playoffs. Like everyone. To the point that like the team was like getting sick of it. Of like when will you believe that we're playing good? Whereas the Sabres, they're bad for the meme's sake.
Right.
But like they have been improving. I think that the Penguins are a very close second in that the Penguins were predicted to be a lottery team.
Mm-hmm.
The Sabres were supposed to be actively, not contention, but they're actively trying.
Right.
They were not tanking. They expected the Penguins to be tanking.
Yeah. So there were some controversial discussions on that. The Academy did come to the agreement that the Sabres were the most surprising. Because
breaking the playoff drought after 15 years and coming out of nowhere like a bat out of hell halfway through the season to like reclaim. I'll give it to him. Because it is. I'm so excited for Buffalo. I think, like I've said, hockey is better when the Sabres are doing good. They don't need to be top dog, but when they are in contention, I think hockey as a world, like you've seen the fucking hype that Buffalo has for it. It's
absolutely
crazy. Like they're a hockey city. Like let them be a hockey city. I'm excited for them. Not when they go against us, but. Finally, we have reached the award you've all been waiting for. This award will go to the game of the regular season, the kind of game that has us all screaming, clutching our jerseys, and questioning if what we were seeing was real as it happened.
Be it jaw-dropping goals to insane overtimes to the flawless masterclass of back-and-forth victories, this was hockey at its absolute finest. Every save, every hit, every chaotic moment that made it impossible to look away.
Let's celebrate the game that had it all: drama, skill, and pure unforgettable excitement. Here are your nominees for Game of the Year.
Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Boston Bruins in the Stadium Series.
That's Hagel in front of the net again. Swayman is hot.
Vasilevsky's coming out across center ice. Swayman and Vasilevsky may go. Swayman tells Vasilevsky, take your mask off, and he obliges.
This is crazy. Oh!
So he went to center ice to meet him.
The Battle of Florida before the Olympic break.
This is all on Kachuk here.
Kachuk and Hagel.
This has been before, and Hagel's got the jump on him, and he's feeding him pretty good. Here comes Kachuk back.
Forsling and Moser. They're throwing punches as well, but the gloves stay up.
Boat A is Hagel and Kachuk.
And now Forsling and Moser, and now it's officially a fight.
Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Buffalo Sabres for first place in the division.
Kick save and a beauty. Quick up here, here's a break. Zucker to the net, back and scores! Jason Zucker! Cooking Buffalo back to a 7-7 tie!
The worst team in the league versus the best team in the league.
Parker Kelly! 19 on the season, 14 seconds in, and the Avs are now down by a score of 6-4. Marty Necas is on the bench. Ben Lemonball in.
And the winner is Tampa versus Buffalo. Very nice.
Hell fucking
Very
yeah.
nice.
That game was so good that people were messaging me about it while I was doing other shit and going, did you see that game? And none of the people that I was talking to were fans of either team. Everyone was talking about this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Just what an incredible play. Complete back and forth hockey. And the fact that it went to overtime, the fact that they had several brawls, just one of the games, I want to go back and rewatch, over and over again.
I have the highlight reel saved to go back and watch it because it was just so fucking crazy. Yeah. And as much as I love the predetermined rivalries like Battle of Alberta or Battle of Pennsylvania, I think the best rivalries are the ones that happen because you just fucking hate each other. Yeah. And so for them to be divisional rivals,
fighting for the number one spot.
Fighting for the number one spot as divisional rivals, absolutely fucking crazy, and I loved it because this is a thing that they will be going after each other now for years to come.
Yeah, and deserved, and means we get better hockey. So I just thought there was no other game. There were several options for it, but this one took home the cake completely. And just like that, our awards show has come to an end. What a season it's been, whether it was the major trades, unforgettable fights, or memes that will live on forever.
We laughed, we celebrated, and most importantly, we reminded ourselves why we love this crazy game called hockey. But the fun isn't over yet. The playoffs are here and the stakes are about to get even higher. I may throw up and die.
From all of us here at Puck Witches Academy, we thank you for joining in on this madness of this regular season and for tonight's awards show. We'd also like to give a quick apology for the people we are about to shift into with the start of a vicious playoff run. But hey, you joined in on that anyways.
May the best team lift the cup, and remember, stay witchy!